So the mystical world of playing through chord changes. I was confused for years of how to do it, and even now I still feel like I'm learning different things of how to play on different chords. So it's a never-ending thing really, but the best thing to do is just to get started on arpeggios. So the thing that saved me is learning, just spending a good load of time learning the shapes of all your arpeggios. Of all different kind of chord shapes and chord tones. So an arpeggio is basically we're just playing the notes of a chord. So if a song starts in A minor, we can just play that A minor arpeggio, and we just play all the notes of the chord, of that A minor chord. So any note we land on that is always going to sound good because we're playing out of the chord. So if I just played, done a little A minor loop and just played the chords of the A minor, so just one chord, I can just practice that A minor. I'm doing A minor 7 at the moment, so. They all fit in nicely and you can make some good melodies with it. So for today's lesson I thought we'd go through just a blues progression and how to do dominant 7th arpeggio shapes. So like I done in the intro, that was all dominant 7th based, so I'm just going to go through the chords that I used in that. To them. So all we need is 3 chord shapes. So if you just know 12-bar blues, we're just going to go from C7 to E7, F7 to G7, back to C7. So the first arpeggio shape we're going to learn is the C dominant 7th arpeggio. So let's give that a go. So we're going to start on the 8th fret of the E string, which is the C root note. Start there. A string we're going to go 7, 10. D string we're going to go 8. And then 10 on the D as well. Then we're going to go 9 on the G, 8 on the B, 11 on the B, 8 on the E, which is that C as well, root note. So that whole arpeggio. Let's move to the second one, which goes to F7 now. So we're going to start on the A string with our second finger on the 8, which is our root note F. Then we're going to go 8 on that A. Next string on the D, we're going to go 7, 10. On the G, we're going to go 8, 10 as well. Yeah. On the B, we're going to go 10. On the E, we're going to go 8, 11. So that whole one there. Now we can come back down to that root. if you wanted, we have some other notes on this E string we can go to. So we can go to 11 and 8. There are just some other chord tones behind the root we can use as well. So that's our second chord shape. Let's move to the third one, which is G7. So I start on the 10th fret of the A with my pinky finger, which is our root note G. So that's going to go, start on that note. Next note we're going to go to is on the D, on the 9th fret. Next note is G on the 7th, G on the 10th, B on the 8th, E, 7, 10. Up there. So that's going to sound. And we're going to come back down. And then we can actually use some other chord tones underneath this root as well. So we can go to 8 on that A, 10 on the E, 7 on the E, back up to the root. So that whole scale, whole arpeggio, sorry. Is our G7. So we've got 3 chords there to use, 3 arpeggios of the chords. So let's just go through one more time. We're going to go up, back, down, all through them. So C7. 1, 2, 3, 4. To F7. 1, 2, 3. Lastly, G7, so we're going to go up to here, 2, 3, 4. There are 3 chords, so spend a lot of time just getting to know them, really get them under your fingers, get it to a point where you can just see that arpeggio shape on the guitar. So wherever you are in the arpeggio, when you solo in, and the next chord comes around and you're up here somewhere, you can just sort of change through arpeggios no matter where you are on the neck. So you always have options of notes to go to near each other. So yeah, really spend some time getting to know them. Just give it a couple of days on each of them arpeggios. And you can even make music just by one chord at a time. So if I put down a C dominant 7th loop, I could go... and I could just go on that. You can have some fun with it, so give that a go. And then if you have a loop pedal, or even just try and get a backing track up, just focus on one chord at a time. Then you get the F down, up to G, and then back to the C. Yeah, so just don't rush through them, really spend some time nailing them arpeggios, and yeah, have lots of fun with it. If you want PDFs of all, I've written out all the arpeggios that you need for this section, and even a 12-bar blues with the chord progression on it, because I found when I was learning how to play through chord progressions, it helped once I could see the chords in front of me, so I know when C was there, I know when the G was coming, F. So that helps a lot. So if you want to get all the PDFs of all that, I have a Patreon page which you can download all of them. So just check that out, it's in the description below. And yeah, enjoy yourself with it, take some time and have some fun with it. Thank you, take care.